Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to see that you're all here. Who's taking minutes? Order now.
Still, I think, takes.
You want me to take minutes for you? I will be more than happy to.
Please.
I gotta get a pen. Okay. What's that?
Water. Wait until he comes back.
Yeah, I will take minutes.
You're welcome.
I thought maybe you'd put those pictures on your,
I will, this month, because it's all bees this week.
it's that time of year.
I had two today, 2 hives today,
How much did they charge you?
about $500.
Really that expensive? Yeah. I'm gonna ask my cousin. How's your back doing?
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, I didn't see you come back.
Did everyone have a chance to look at the meetings from September? We did not have a meeting in October.
Oh, they're here.
Who's here?
Mario and Shmario.
Mario and
Excellent,
Omar.
excellent.
I move that we accept the minutes as presented.
I know you had a birthday in October because you told me. but
Second,
happy
someone?
birthday.
Thank you.
Second.
Seconded by Ed.
I think this was already.
Oh, it's,
Minutes are accepted.
let her sign in. Diane? Sign in.
Hi.
How you doing?
Sure.
How you doing?
You need this passed down? Or?
No, she came, just lend her the paper. so-
Okay, we're going on to the next thing, which is the excursion buses. We have one bus presently today for the Holocaust Museum Educational Center. And what's that date, Bobby?
Okay, she has not called me back
Yeah,
with a specific date in January.
oh, it's January.
It's January.
Okay,
They didn't want us coming in November or December because they were changing the exhibits.
okay.
So as soon as, here is the announcement that will go in the reporter.
Okay,
We will not make arrangements for lunch. The kosher deli that they use wanted $15 for a box lunch. I think I can't expect people to pay $10 for admission to the museum and then $15 for a tuna fish sandwich. So the notice says visitors may not bring any food into the museum. You may nibble on the bus, but not anywhere in the museum.
okay, that'll go into the paper.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to see, that's it.
I have a question for you. How long do you think we'll be at the museum?
We will leave here at 9:30 and return at about 3. Not many walk the bus.
Because people probably want to bring their lunch and eat it on the bus.
That's all. You know, we used to stop at at a fast food place. I'm not playing games with people getting on and off buses. Take a piece of fruit and eat it on the,
It's like a prison bus.
Just for the-
right, exactly.
So that's gonna be in January.
Right, but the other thing, the port called me, wanting to know, when are we coming to take a tour of the port? They want us. So they've given us Thursday, December 8th. I need an approval for that. That is free. You tour the port, and then we will have the bus stop out at the outlet mall and park, and people can have lunch and shop, and then we return to the village at 2:30. But that is on their calendar, December 8th. The commissioners will give us a continental breakfast.
Bobby, would you like to make that a motion?
Yes.
I thought,
Would someone like to?
Second.
Seconded by Ruth.
Okay,
Now we're in discussion.
there's the announcement that is ready to go, if anybody wants to see
Yeah,
it.
there's one down.
Yeah, one down.
Did you get that, Fausto?
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what old business? I don't think we've had any old business.
Well, we have a motion
You
on.
have a motion, you have a
I
second.
forgot about the.
There was a motion made by Bobby Levin and seconded by Rue Trees for December 8th port tour.
Okay,
So you need to,
Any
if
discussion?
there's
on
any
this?
discussion, and then you vote on it.
any more discussion? No. Take the vote. Who takes the vote?
But if you have a sheet, I'll call it.
Who's
With
that
all the
sign?
committees.
Yes, yes,
There
yes.
should be a sheet.
Yeah,
It was a sheet.
that's,
There it is. Okay.
If you want me to do it, I'll do it.
Ed Grossman?
Ed, yes or no?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Dominic's not here, so it's not. Fausto?
Yes,
Patricia, yes. Barbara Ville's not. Joanne?
Yes.
Ruth Reese?
Yes,
Linda?
Yes.
Bobby Levin?
yes,
You better say yes. Diane?
yes.
Diane Ruth, okay. Phyllis?
Yes.
Donald?
I don't vote.
Oh, no, no.
But I'm
sorry.
going, but I'm
David.
going on it, so that's almost
I
like.
mean, David, I didn't mean Donald.
Donald,
David?
do you order the
Okay.
bus for me? Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
You Want one of these that has all the details?
Okay. Unanimous.
how many yeses?
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 yeses, any no's?
No, there's a lot of absence here this afternoon.
40 is the,
mhm,
Max?
maximum, mhm.
People crowded on the bus.
okay, Mario, you good? Omar, you guys are good for that? 40.
What day is it again?
It's on,
Thursday,
I'm
December,
gonna send this to you, but it's Thursday, December 8th, 2022.
in the clubhouse. at
Leave the
9:30.
clubhouse 930.
And then come back, what, like around afternoon?
Return here at 2:30.
2:30, Tricia? You have a question?
Yes,
Didn't the Palm Beach, just have a little damage from the storm?
Not aware of any, so
Pardon?
not aware of any.
Okay.
I'd like to see that if you finish reading it, okay?
Or
I,
the Port of Palm Beach?
Public.
Yeah. Trivia, I guess the trivia would be.
any further comments, questions? Moving on. Old business. Did we have any old business? I don't think so.
We do.
Yes, Phyllis?
I'm gonna bring up a situation that happened due to the hurricane about radio communication. People were concerned whether the buses were gonna run, even that we didn't get hit, for either, it was Thursday or Friday. People have my phone number for other things. They kept calling me and asking me. I couldn't give them an information because Yuko was closed. We need to have some kind of radio communication between our people
Good, Donald.
who take the buses.
Phyllis, we have a Century Village blog. There was a notice put up on the blog that the buses were canceled. And anybody who would want to know just goes on the blog.
A lot of
It
the,
also went out as
Let me
a,
finish.
it also went out as a bulk email to, how many, Joanne?
2,100.
2,100 unit owners received it. So,
Okay.
so if, as far as getting the word out, the word got out.
okay, can I
There
finish?
were also notices posted at the clubhouse and at Yuko.
Okay, can I finish?
Of course.
Okay. A lot of the elderly people do not do computer work, but they do all have cell phones.
Okay.
To pick it up on a cell phone rather than to go to, they don't have, a lot of elderly do not have.
When you say they have a cell phone, does it look like this?
Yeah, or a flip,
Well, they're not gonna
and
get.
they all know how to use that.
There's no messages on a flip phone. There's no.
And I think that's how we have to have the communication, not from a blog, not from anything else. I get notifications every day from a store through, well, I don't know how we do it, what's on sale. I look at my phone the first thing and see what's going on. I do not do a lot of computer work myself.
All right, Phyllis, is this just a general statement, or do you wish to make a motion?
I wish to make a motion that we get some kind of system on our cell phones for the elderly. I have brought this up for over a year, and it just doesn't go anywhere.
Do we have a second?
I guess,
Lack of a second, let's move on to the agenda.
Another business.
Okay.
okay.
Any other old business? Yes, John.
As a question, I don't know if this is pertaining to old business or not, so if it's not, just shut me off.
Okay, just,
When does the bus contract expire?
4 years,
4 years from,
December.
January.
4 years from next January?
Yeah, correct. We're into our first year.
Oh, okay. And the other question is, have we ever figured out how many riders are either per month or per week or per year? And again, I'm not sure if that's old. business
Okay.
or-
Phyllis brought something up today, and it's very hard. Right now, we're out of season. I know there are a lot of buses that are empty, she said it. But when you get into season, if you take away a lot of the buses, she said it's a waste, and probably it is, going to Publix, the 1, 2, and 3. You don't have too many people going after 4 or 5. I got that. But how do you distinguish which buses to take away and which, like I heard that no one was riding the buses, you said, after 4 o'clock. Well,
No.
I rode that bus, the number 3, 4, 5, and 6 o'clock, and there were 4 and 5 people on
Yes, there
it.
were.
So you cannot just assume that there is no one riding the buses after 4.
Yeah, but you don't need 3 buses. You only need one to take. They seat 25 seats. You only need one bus at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. Maybe not 4.
All right, does a member of the committee wish to make a motion to this effect?
To do,
We're having discussion without a motion on the table. We're in the middle of our agenda.
okay, so,
Do you have a motion, Phyllis?
Yes, I have a motion
Let's hear it.
that we do. Let me explain so people here don't.
Oh, you need to make a
You either
motion.
have a
just need to
motion
make
or
a
you
motion.
don't. No
Okay.
explanation.
Only one bus. I'd like to make a motion that we only use one bus at 5, 6, and 7 o'clock going from the clubhouse to Publix and from Publix back to the clubhouse. The buses seat 25 people.
Okay, is that part of your motion as well?
Right.
Okay. Got it, Fausto?
Yeah. Hold on.
A second?
I'll say.
Second by
That's from
Dave
7
Bowles.
to 10. What did you say? 6, 7, 8, and 9?
No,
5,
5,
6, and
6, and 7 o'clock.
Seconded by Dave B.
Okay.
what do you mean from 5 o'clock forward? Because then 8 and 9, it's okay to have the 3 buses?
Well, I don't know about it. I don't think the buses go after 7 o'clock to the.
They do, they do.
Well,
So that's kind of, okay, discussion. I have something to say. I hear what you're saying. You take away the internal buses because that's what I was on, and I wasn't going to Publix. There are people that go to work. There was a lady on the bus that tells me she goes to work. She's one of the caretakers in the village. She goes from one end to another. There might be people that need to go to the store at that particular, let me finish. You're not talking now, I am. And we can't say not 5, 6, and 7, but then 8 and 9 is okay, or 10. The buses run to 10, correct? So how are you gonna differentiate? You're gonna say, tell the buses to go on the side and wait for 3 hours and then come back? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Make perfect sense to
Do
me.
you understand? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Yes. Ed.
We've discussed this over and over, and I think what's missing, and it's not just 5, 6, 7, 3, that we no longer have a system to keep a record of how many people are on every single run. And I know this was brought up 2-3 times,
It
that in
was.
the past, we had scanners and people would scan and you would be able to estimate who's going where at what time. There's always gonna be an exception. And all I could tell you at Pembroke Pines, they could tell you every single run, how many people are on, how long it takes. And what I understand, I wasn't here, the scanners are not very expensive. So it may be what Phyllis says, it could be 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, but we have no hard backup to say you can't, there's always could be an exception, but we have no real way of evaluating the entire run at this point.
I think we discussed that, didn't we? There was a possibility of the scanners. Also, I think, did you guys give us monthly reports? You were going to give me monthly reports?
Last meeting, and in all the meetings before, we discussed about the same thing. And we're getting ready to start giving you guys a head count. Now, it's not gonna be a scanning processing, it's gonna be just a head count. With clickers, we got clickers, we're gonna set clickers on every single bus for the drivers to use, and we're gonna provide a spreadsheet to the drivers for them to fill out the spreadsheet with the numbers. And then at the end of the month, or if you guys need it weekly or bi-weekly or every once a month, we can send you guys a spreadsheet with all the information based on routes, days of the week and time of the day, and the specific count for per route, and then the total count per route and per month. That's what that we can do. We have implemented that in all the contracts. Is as a fact, I think we have the clicker somewhere around.
Remind, we are out of season now. So
Well, just
the
the-
number you have now is not the real numbers.
I know that.
Maybe we are on November first.
Today's November.
Well, yeah, it's starting in
So
November.
maybe
yeah.
if we wait a little more time.
I believe that
have the
I believe that
real-
we mentioned that too, right? About starting somewhere in January, February,
Yeah.
January, February somewhere.
A lot of people are starting to come back between November and December, and the majority come back in January. You're correct about that. But I believe I asked you, Fausto did, for a performance report every month. So if I could get that, which buses, excuse me, Phyllis, which buses were broken down or whatever, because you get the same complaint about a particular bus, then we know, like we did the last time we met, and it was the bus was out of order. So that would help. Yes, Donna.
Patricia, for the future,
Yes.
I suggest that you put vendors' performance report on the agenda. So
Okay,
that they know that they have to have it.
we did talk about it the last time.
Oh, we'll make sure it's on the agenda every month.
Okay, the vendors' performance report.
So if you guys want that past discount, we can start doing it now. It's, we are, what is the first of November? So we can start in November if you want to do it for a couple of months, November, December, and then redo it again, maybe in February, March, and you evaluate and
That's monthly, it's January, February, March.
exactly, and then you look at the numbers.
Actually, it'd be a good time to start it now,
Right,
from now through the end of the
Right.
season,
right.
so that we have from the beginning of the season through the season and the end of the season, so we can see the cycle from at least June, from November to June every month,
Yeah, no.
because that would be the beginning of the season and
I
the end.
believe it may. Yes, David.
The reason I seconded it was because I will vote against it, but I wanted to get it on record.
Good enough.
I told the committee the last time, the reason we don't have scanners is because they were discontinued during the COVID period. But clickers are not a viable option. They should be scanned because the scanners told you what time of day it was and where the pickup was at. If someone just manually clicking does not give you a true and accurate count. I don't think these things are that expensive. And if they are, I think it should be paid for anyways. But the main thing is that this company just like our previous company, they are supposed to help us become more efficient. That's part of their job via the contract. Now, of course, you don't want to work against yourself and say, well, we're going to cut the hours because of this usage. But that's part of this that we ask them to provide. So I think we should just, you're voting, I'm going to vote against it. Only for the purpose of saying that this company should prepare an objective plan for us to do usage.
Okay, so. What was the motion?
To stop the buses at 5, 6, and
Phyllis made a motion to only have one bus going to Publix 5, 6, and 7 PM.
Any
And it
further
was seconded
discussion?
by David Boaz.
Any further discussion? Let's take the vote. Ed Grossman,
Yes,
Fausto,
No,
Patricia, no. Bob's not here. Joanne,
No.
Ruth,
no,
Linda,
No.
Bobby,
no,
Diane,
No.
Diane, Rose? No, okay. Phyllis, you're a yes, right?
I voted twice.
And David, you're a no?
No,
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 no's and 2 yeses, so it didn't pass. It's unanimous. Yes, David.
I think we should make a motion, since we're on this topic, to direct the bus company to have a plan within 60 days.
An objective plan. Pardon
I
me?
think that's a reasonable timeline for them to get scanners or whatever it may be, and develop a plan, come back to the committee saying, yes, we can only send one bus. The buses don't run past 7 o'clock out. They run internally till 10 o'clock. But I think
buses that go out.
that we should direct the company to come forward with a plan within 60 days with the figures and what they think they can do to economize the billing situation.
We can look into something, but I can tell you right now, it's not gonna be inexpensive. Any system that you attempt to install the buses to scan people going through the doors, it's not gonna be inexpensive.
That, yes,
Let's see how inexpensive it is.
Well, we'll get a couple of prices of different
Because
things.
first you need to have, the first thing is that you need to install a device on the door to detect the motion.
Mhm.
And you need to have something that you can program to count either going in or going out.
I have a
And then, because you're gonna have a double head count.
no.
Excuse me, I have a question. Instead of the doors, everybody has to show their pass when they get on the bus. How about if they scan their pass?
That would be the other thing.
Yeah.
Something that, a machine or kind of a tablet or something
That's what the other
that
bus company
scans
had.
the
Omar, that's what the other bus company had, and I think it was like $150 a unit. Some crazy number. It was very inexpensive.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Okay.
Okay,
David,
David Boas?
David, did you make a motion?
Yes.
Just now, okay.
I second the motion.
Oh,
Okay, so motion made.
So exactly, you guys need to have a more accurate number. That's exactly what we looking for.
yeah, on them.
And then based on that, we will determine what we need and what we don't need. What stop we need to go, what stop we don't need to go, what location we need to visit or not.
so the motion, read the motion.
I'm gonna try. A motion made by David Boaz. Academy should be working on bus routes and schedule and add scanners within the next 90 days.
60, I thought he said.
60 days, I'm sorry, I said 60, but I wrote 60, I said 30, and it was seconded by Bobby Levin. That's pretty much what you said in a
Yeah.
nutshell.
Let me ask you,
My point is, this is the professional service we hired.
Right.
They're supposed to be doing this. I can pretty well guess what areas I think should be eliminated, but I'm not a professional. These are the transportation professionals.
Correct.
Donald, do you remember if there is anything on our contract that I need to follow up with with corporate about passengers count or performance report?
I'll check on it.
Just take a second look.
Yep.
You call me.
I mean, even if it's not, no.
No, sure. No, exactly. I just need to find out, the approach that I need to take to when I present it to corporate.
I mean, to my mind, every one of these is a scanner. I scan things all day long with this thing, right?
Yeah.
There's a QR code, you scan, there must be some other way to use even a regular cell phone to do this, but I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, it's gonna be something.
Technology is
Yeah.
there, you just gotta know what it is.
Call the question.
Yes, Ed. Wait a minute, Ed's ready.
Calling me. Since we had it before, why can't someone look up what we had before? It did work, and. well,
Not our job.
It wasn't really a lot of money.
No.
150 even times 6 is not.
There was
even
a
that
scanner. They came on, you handed your
That's 100.
ID, they scanned it, and that was it.
I don't know how else you could really give a good report unless you had hard numbers.
All right, we're going to vote on that now.
Say within 60
We're going
days,
to vote on it now.
And when,
that would require them to purchase or bring forward an
Let's see
instrument.
a proposal.
for me to know, just to get more in detail, when you get the report from the private company that was given to you electronically, or was printed out from the machine, and how do you guys get it?
I think it was like an Excel spreadsheet.
Excel
Yeah.
spreadsheet?
Call the question.
Who's that? Who said they have a question? Yes, Bob.
No, I said call the question.
Oh, yeah. Anything else from anyone? No, okay,
The motion has been made and seconded.
Mhm.
okay,
Let's
so
call a vote.
let's go. Ed Grossman,
Yes.
Fausto,
Yes.
Tricia, yes. Bob is not here. Joanne,
Yes.
Idris,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes. Yes.
Bobby,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Diane,
Diane.
Okay.
Diane.
yes. Phyllis,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11, it's unanimous.
11, yes,
Passes.
0, no. Okay,
Okay,
just to clarify, Omar,
Just,
this is a proposal within 60 days.
yep,
So that you guys come up with a plan
the plan for that.
with a scanner and to maybe make some route changes. A proposal, not an implementation, just something for you to bring to the committee.
Got it.
Just want to make sure.
Yep.
okay. Phyllis, you made a suggestion. Would you like to tell them about,
Which one?
you told me the forms on the bus, the complaint,
The piece of paper?
the complaint,
What?
the complaints?
Okay, I brought this up before, and for some reason, people just goes over their head. People who have a complaint do not want to get off the bus and go into the clubhouse and get the paper. I make a suggestion, and we had it on our other buses. You take a piece of plastic, like a folder, you put it on the bus, and you put in a bunch of papers for complaints. You'll get a lot of more write-ups that way, and you'll really know what's going on. Like I said, people do not want to go into the clubhouse, and a lot of times they go into the clubhouse, there are no complaints there. We need to put them on the buses, so when something does go wrong, the papers are right there, and people can fill them out right away. And make a motion that we put our complaint sheets on all of the buses.
Yes, Fausto.
Where do these petitions get dropped off? Who do they give them to? Once they write them on the bus, they give them to the bus driver?
They could give it to the bus driver can
Well, what efficiency? If there's a complaint about the bus driver, my question is, the rider gets the complaint form, he fills it. He either has to go to the clubhouse and turn it in over there, or brings it to Yuko.
Fausto, before we tease out the
No,
details.
no, I'm just saying,
Let's get a second.
Let's get a second.
I'm just saying.
Yes, Ed?
I think that
Wait, hang on a minute.
No, we're looking for a second.
We're looking for a second.
We're looking for a
I
second.
second
Before we
them,
go.
I second.
Okay,
them.
Bobby seconded. Now, discussion.
I was just going to suggest that there's two sides to every coin. So if you're gonna have a document for a complaint, you could also have a space for a suggestion. I mean, not everything is a negative.
Well, we pretty much have that, eh?
uh,
That's what we got going on now.
But you don't have,
The form-
Phyllis's suggestion is to make it available on the bus. Fausto, I believe, said, well, if you have a complaint against the bus driver, who says it's gonna go in? But don't we have at the clubhouse a supervisor?
You're looking at them, there they are.
So if I'm not mistaken, our contract calls for a site manager.
Hmm.
And that could be the gentleman or woman who gets the complaint or the suggestion. It's nice to come here and hear stuff for the first time, but you could hear it earlier.
Let's go back to Fausto's practical question. We're gonna put the forms on the bus. People
Right.
take them, they fill them out, I guess, on the bus, jumping around. Now what? Where do they go?
I made the suggestion that goes to the site manager. According to our contract, we're
We'll
supposed to
drop it
have a
off at
site
Yuko.
manager.
Do we
But
get
it's-
that many
Excuse me,
complaints?
that doesn't make sense what you just said. If they're not coming to Yuko, they don't want to drop off the form, why would they drop off the form if it's on the bus? That doesn't make sense.
All right, look, I want you guys to put yourselves in the position of an older person. Let's say an old lady, Avis Blank. No,
I'm an old lady.
not you, because you're tough as boxer, but I'm talking about, a stereotypical lady with a cane, this and that. And she had some sort of problem with the driver or with the service. Now she's gonna go in front of the driver and pick up a form.
Mhm.
You don't think that person will be reticent about doing that?
Of course I do.
Not our people.
That's like saying, hey, Fausto. I mean,
You could put on the back, in the middle of the bus, wherever you want.
Alright.
The placing of the form is irrelevant.
Okay.
What does the person do with it once they fill it out? 90% of them are not gonna fill it out on the bus.
They're not. David, did you have a comment? I saw you. Oh.
I'm sure that they had worked on it, maybe they disappeared. But they were also supposed to have slots for the bus schedules, and apparently they have left.
Slots on the bus for the bus schedules?
Yeah, originally they were going to put up slots for bus schedules.
Is that so,
for buses.
Omar?
And they did have them all, and then they seemed to have disappeared.
I haven't heard, I haven't read the bus.
No, they're talking about those things that we put for the schedule for the buses.
We can buy that.
No, I think we got them.
For bus schedules?
No, no. This is good.
No, none of the buses.
No?
Okay,
No,
so,
Who provides this?
yeah, that's not complicated. So, okay, we can put whatever, we have to check what buses is missing that, because some of the buses still do have the plastic thing for holder for the schedules.
They do?
So you want us to put another one?
We have a motion and we have a second on the
Yeah.
floor. Please, we either withdraw this motion, vote on it before we go on to something else.
What was the motion?
The motion was made by Phyllis, seconded by Bobby, to have complaint forms available on the bus. That was the motion.
Okay, let me call the vote. Do I have enough paper to
are we
go?
out of discussion?
Well, yeah, that's it. We either finished that discussion, has nothing.
Okay, before we go further, what's going to happen with those forms?
Well, that was, It's, you have a motion, you have a second. You're discussing now what to do with the form.
Yes, Bobby.
While we're telling people to take a piece of paper and write their complaint, and then where are we going to put it? And why can't the person that has the complaint get off of the bus and see our site manager and just take care of the problem
Yes.
immediately with no paper, no nothing?
Yes.
I mean, people have to do something. We cannot take care of every, you know, you're riding the bus, you have a problem, speak up.
She's right.
No, I agree. Okay,
You get off the bus, you go over to the site manager, you get it off your chest, he takes the information, done.
she has a point. Even with a person with a kid, they get on the bus, they get off the bus. The new buses go down, so they don't have to struggle to get off. And they go up, so,
We do have a supervisor on site,
Complaint should be kept private.
morning and afternoon. There is a supervisor on site, morning and afternoon.
If the complaint is valid, then that person has to care enough to spend an extra 5 minutes
Or less.
voicing it and, you know.
you're right. Yes.
I think it would be a little bit more tolerable for everyone concerned if they weren't referred to as a complaint form, but a comment form. You'll recall that we used them here for the
Mhm.
transponders,
Mhm.
and there were good comments and not so good
Yeah,
comments.
that's true.
So if a person is seen taking the form, the bus driver will not identify it as something against
That's a
them,
good, that's right.
but take the form, go into the clubhouse and put it into the comment
Comment.
box.
That's a
So
good
that
point.
those that are doing their job well and are appreciated.
We had one today, didn't we?
Today was the first time I got a
Can be
positive.
corrected.
I was gonna give, I have it for you. Today I got something positive about a driver. so-
Maybe the
That was good.
article that Ruth writes for the reporter should make special
Thank you,
note.
Karen.
Please note, if you have a comment, positive or negative,
Mhm.
either put it in writing and give it to the site manager or get off of the bus and you've got to do something by yourself, folks.
Yes, Phyllis.
What have we got to lose by trying, putting up the forms on the bus? How much is it gonna cost us to
Well,
see
that's
how
what
it's
you're
gonna
voting on.
work out?
We're voting
We
on it.
haven't voted on it. We're discussing it.
But discussing it first, yes.
It sounds
But it
like
wouldn't be a.
the tail is
Come on.
wagging the dog here.
The what?
Whatever, it doesn't matter what.
There's a
Phyllis,
big-
Phyllis, the what?
I feel your tail is wagging the dog.
You mean the
Who
dog
did you
chasing
give
the
it to?
tail?
You asked, I think I have a valid suggestion, the site manager. A form can be folded, so when you're finished with it, no one can see it.
We're-
To give the responsibility in verbal to another employee, I don't think that's part of
Okay,
the site.
so the vote was to put a form, and the form, instead of calling it a
We haven't-
complaint, should be called a comment form.
We haven't voted on that yet.
I'm just, well, I'm going to try to get the the
What-
motion straight.
Right,
And so, wait. And if it's just called a comment form, then we can discuss where, how, what, folded, not folded. Yes, David,
The paper that we had always was marked as a comment card,
we had that, right. You're right.
not a complaint.
No, right, that's what Carolyn was saying. Yes, Bobby.
I think the motion should be amended to
Yes.
add Fausto's remark, what is going to happen to these comment sheets? Where are they going to go?
Okay, I think we decided that it will go to the site manager.
Mhm.
Now, my question is, if the site manager isn't around at that time, where would it go? Yes, Fausto.
in the past, when a comment was given, it was put in a sealed envelope, given to security, and security drops it off at the office, and it's given to the chair.
Yeah.
That's what's been done in the
And
past.
that's the right way to do
That's
it.
the right,
We
exactly,
are the oversight committee
Right.
for a vendor
Makes sense.
right.
Okay,
to give we trust you, believe me. but,
No,
to give the complaint form to the vendor and not giving it to the committee chair
Sure, right,
kind of isn't what we do here. We're an oversight committee for a contract,
right.
right?
So
And
that-
this- and part
so
of this,
let's amend it to say,
part of this committee's job is contract complaints.
Well,
And this is a tool.
we're on the middle of a discussion, but just to keep it straight, the motion was to put the forms, comment forms are available on the bus. So we need to take that off the table until that's voted on, and then we decide
to the
where,
next
how to deal with the complaint form. You can't put it,
Take it off the table and vote on it.
well, I'm just saying,
You got a
right now,
motion for
you
one
got a
thing.
motion not to take.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna vote on that motion.
Right, you need to
Okay.
vote on that
All right,
first.
so let me call it, because I think people are getting tired.
Read the motion,
All right,
please.
read the motion. She beat me to it.
Okay, motion made by Phyllis, seconded by Bobby Levin to have a comment forms available on the bus.
I think I need more forms. Okay, I'm gonna call the vote. Ed Grossman,
Yes.
Fausto,
Yes,
me, yes. Joanne?
Yeah.
Ruth,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Bobby,
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes, yes. Phyllis?
Yes.
And David?
Yes.
Okay, unanimous.
11-0.
Right,
Lot of
okay,
votes.
now,
All right, so the next question is.
We need a motion, what to do with the form.
All right,
okay,
I'm gonna make a suggestion, and if somebody likes my suggestion, they can just say so moved. I
okay.
suggest that we continue with our previous procedure of the envelope can be dropped off at the security guard at the front desk of the clubhouse or here at Yuko, or put into the Yuko mailbox.
I'm gonna put on the top of my phone.
Don't all say so moved at once.
I don't know. I don't know if part of the problem will be, we're talking about everybody's very mobile. But if someone is not that mobile, you know, from going to the bus, to go into the clubhouse, to give it to the guard.
What then, what should we?
We have
Well,
four motions there.
I think, again, I think we're making a big issue. You have a form, form control, no one has to see it. There's a site manager, the site manager is there.
The site manager is not a member of our oversight committee.
It doesn't have
He
to.
is the contractor, we are the contractee, we are the client.
Why do we
This is an oversight committee.
I agree.
So I'm gonna say it again, my suggestion is that we continue with the old procedure of dropping it off in one of two places, at Yuko or at the front desk of the clubhouse.
The clubhouse, since they get off the bus and someone can't.
Could somebody make a
So-
motion to that so we can have a second?
I seconded.
You can't second without.
But can I also?
Can you make the first motion first?
Guys, please.
Say
we
so
can't have a
moved.
debate go on.
So moved.
Somebody say second.
Second.
Now we're in discussion.
Okay, can I just say something to Ruth? That maybe Ruth could put a little article in the paper
What
that
kind
we're
of end of
going
this
to put up
discussion doesn't she
comment
understand?
sheets on the bus and to where we can drop them off after they
They
are.
have to vote on it first, and if they do, and it passes, that will be done.
Okay.
Well, is this
Is it
motion
the end
number
of the
5
motion
now?
now?
Are we on motion 5?
I think so.
Did we just vote on motion 5? Fausto, read the motion.
Hold on a second, I'm bringing it down.
This is
Donald,
a long story today.
after these comment cards are left at the clubhouse.
To deliver to Yuko.
Okay, that's, I'm trying to follow.
Everything goes to the committee chair. Even when they come to
Somebody
me,
will
I
pick
pass
them
them
up.
on to the committee chair.
Yes, he does.
Do we get many complaints?
I'll say it's the chair.
We've had several. We had
What,
several. Yeah, I
Five,
discussed it with them.
I mean, 5 over a month?
How many this
More.
month? How many this month, this past month?
Was it, when did we have a meeting in October?
Last meeting was
Meeting in
September.
No,
October 4th.
September.
Ballpark, last month, how many?
I don't think this one.
I think there was like 5 or 6 and they were with the one bus that broke down.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
one guy that gave us 3 complaints. It was all about the same thing.
Right.
And that's more than average then?
Oh,
How could I, well, how do I know averages? I'm new to the committee and we never did this before, so I'll let you know after a couple of months.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
think Donald's suggestion is good. Collect them, get it sent over
That's what we
here.
always did.
Yep.
We wanna keep a finger on
Okay,
that.
guys,
Would
so-
you like me to read the motion?
Yes, please read the motion. so we can
Motion
go.
made by Phyllis
Mhm.
to bring comment envelopes to security desk at main clubhouse or to the UCO office, and it was seconded by Bobby Levin. That pretty much the motion?
Yeah, I thought we just said no more questions, the clubhouse, just the clubhouse.
Either or.
Either or. What's
Okay,
the difference? The one
okay,
that
so they
has to
can,
come in here.
okay, either one, okay,
The suggestion that Donald made was the current
Okay.
system, that's what it is.
all right, I'll call it. Here we go.
So we make a motion to do nothing, keep everything the way it is.
No, we made the motion, that was second.
Good.
So can we move on, or we have more questions here? We're not gonna keep debating this, right?
Call it.
Now, call it.
Ed,
I just, Fausto, you changed it to comment. Phyllis brought it up as complaint, and I believe.
she was all right with comment.
I said you should have two areas, one's a complaint and one's a suggestion.
Well, when we read it, we'll know that it's a complaint or a comment, because I saw
I'm
it
just
today.
saying, I think you should
Are we
clarify.
gonna go back and forth, you and him?
No, I'm just gonna
This is
say,
really a
the
waste of time.
complaint sheets that I have, or I haven't seen them, also say on the bottom, suggested comments.
Yes, they do.
They have that on the bottom of the complaint sheets that you have put out now.
Okay,
What do you say?
I said Ed Grossman,
Yes,
Fausto,
yes,
Tricia, yes, Bob is not here, Joanne,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes,
Linda,
yes,
Bobby,
Yes.
both Diane's.
Yes.
both done,
I
yeah.
didn't hear the other one say yes, okay.
Oh, is it stereo? Yes.
Yeah, okay, Phyllis,
Yes.
David,
This is perfect.
unanimous.
okay. 11 yeses, 0
This
no's.
is motion number 5. Okay,
We in a new business now?
yes, John,
I feel like I got Shanghai here.
why?
I asked one question, how many riders
Yeah,
per
I was just
year?
gonna say.
We don't
Because
know.
I used. the
I know, but we don't know.
Well,
That's fine.
that's part of the answer then,
Well-
because I used a comparison and then I was told maybe not correct. So I'm coming to the horse. How many people do we get on the bus on an annual basis, say before COVID?
We don't
I
know.
have no idea. I'm
So
brand
all
new.
these
I
years,
don't
we've
know.
been paying millions of dollars and we don't know how many people.
Excuse me, I was elected this year,
I know.
so I don't know.
There's a point of order on the table.
Yes,
You can't compare the expenses that we incur from WPRF and the expenses. This is a
Which one's your
standing
point?
thing for you guys. You can't take comparisons of what parts of budget are from WPRF. This is a separate line item. This is controlled by UCO, controlled by part of this WPRF, this segment, and this segment. This is a standalone issue.
Well, again, when we get into accounting and splitting hairs, I agree 100% with David. That's not what I'm trying to do. All I'm trying to find out is, in the last number of years, I could not get an answer from Ed Black. How many people ride the bus?
We don't know.
Well, no,
Over the years.
you know what, my
nobody
answer,
knows.
John, my answer
I
to you is,
understand for
once,
you.
once they get the scan renewal,
Now, we got 4 years until the contract expires.
I know, so I'll have plenty of time to tell you.
Oh, funny.
Fair enough.
Okay, excuse me. Yes.
Well, first of all, to John's
This is going
comment,
on and on.
we have a new bus company that's only been here. The previous company, we did have records as to how many people were coming on and off.
Yeah.
This is a new bus company, newer buses, different system, so they're still learning of what's going on. Second, I have a copy of the form here, and I would like to read it. It says, if you have a suggestion or a complaint that will improve our bus system, okay? Do you want this form altered? Do you want it to say comment instead of complaint? Or does the committee wish to keep the,
The form is fine. We're calling it a comment, but they'll know when it says comment or complaint, so just leave it be. Let's not get into technicalities.
I'm just, well, we have the bus company here. If we need to change that one word, now's the time to do it.
But why would you want to do that?
It's not me. Somebody brought up, instead of a complaint, it should be a comment. I have the form in front of me. I'm bringing it to the committee.
It's fine, the way it is. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay,
Can I just
sure.
Yes, so
give my input? I believe the form is fine. Once you grab the form, either a complaint or a suggestion or just a comment or just whatever you have to say,
right.
it covers everything here in the form. That's number one. Number two,
Yeah.
I want you guys to know that we are not afraid of the complaints.
Yeah.
On the contrary,
I know that.
You want the complaint.
I want the
I always
complaints
want
because
complaints.
I'll be honest with you. My drivers are supposed to do the right job. We pay them to do the right thing and we train them And complaints or suggestions, just help me out to train them better. And why I'm telling you that we are not afraid of this, because if we have a driver that we have a problem with the driver, we need to get rid of them. Whoever is it, they need to do the right thing. I mean, they are professional, they're trained to be professionals, they are getting paid for, they're supposed to commit to what they do and do the right thing. So a complaint doesn't scare us. If I have a complaint over and over about the same driver, about the same issue, I need to deal with it. That's my job. I get paid for that. So
I understand.
I agree. Get the complaints in writing is better than just verbally. Because when you talk about something and you transfer to another person or another person, you get it miscommunication.
Yeah.
Put it in writing, that's okay.
Yeah, that happens.
If you want to give it to my supervisor that is in front, it's up to you, totally up to you. My supervisor is not gonna hide it. Because my supervisor gets a complaint and is gonna tell me, hey, the complaint is valid.
Yeah, right,
This driver, we have a problem with.
right, right.
Because my supervisors are supervisors now, not because we like them. They're supervisors because they do what they're supposed to do.
Somebody comes to me with a complaint, I thank them for that. I want it.
Right, that's right.
Exactly, and then
Yeah, it can't
if you
be
wanna
everywhere.
if you wanna bring it to the clubhouse, fine, I'll tell you more. If you want me to put a seal box on every buses that you can drop it in and nobody can take it out other than me, I will do it. Again, really,
I think we,
complaints come to me, complaints that I deal with, and I try to fix it. I'm not gonna hide anything that is not good, that is not right.
that's good.
I'm just curious, has anyone ever given a compliment about the drivers?
Yes,
Today, today.
yes. No, not today. I have a lady that call me every week.
Yeah.
The thing is that she calls me. She calls my phone and she told me, Omar, I want to let you know that
I got
I
it.
need the buses. I have my problem walking. And this driver today helped me out. He's fantastic. And I just keep notes and I put it on and I tell the driver, I say, you know what? I got a phone call that you're doing a good job. Sometimes this lady tells me a name that I go like, that's not my driver. I don't have any driver with that name. And she goes like, well, Omar, I'm sorry. I don't know the name exactly, but it's the driver today in round number 3. Because
I got
she
it
may not get-
today. I want to give you that because it's a guy that really helped someone who left somebody.
You got
behind.
one, you got one today?
The only thing is that the good things barely gets into the paper. When we having a good experience, we celebrate, we say thank you, we move on.
Nice.
When you have a problem, then because it bothers you, you put it in a piece of paper. Which is fine, I prefer an honest complaint than not hypocrisy. You know, I really want to know about what's going on. Honest complaint is an honest complaint.
Right.
So it's fine. Let's put the thing on the buses if you want to. We put them in, you can grab it from there. If the driver get upset because someone is putting a piece of paper, you know what? It's gotta be a reason for it. It's gotta be a reason for it.
I know.
So if the customer wants to have, the residents want to have that in the buses, so they don't even need to turn it in right away. They can just grab the piece, take it home, fill out the complaint and bring it back later. They can do that too. Now, what I do want that I don't get it, is the complaint at least once a week. Don't wait until the last of the month that we have a meeting to give me the complaints,
I don't have any.
because it's not gonna help me. Scan the
People get it
complaints,
to
send
me-
them over.
People get it to me verbally. I'm not sending it verbally, so I tell everyone, I don't know if we could put that in the paper.
Put
And
in-
complaint has.
Try to get it in writing
We do, we tell them.
and scan them.
I
Send it to me in an
I
email.
told you I would if I had it,
Yeah.
but I didn't have it.
Okay,
If we
Don't
receive
wait
the
until the last of the
complaint in
month.
a short time, it's better.
it's better because we tackle the problem right away.
And
I don't have it.
also,
Okay.
when one passenger is writing the complaint,
Yeah, I know.
and he see
Yeah.
it's past all months, and he don't receive
Any call, anything.
answer, any call, is
They
frustrating.
lose
I got it.
they lose
Okay.
the trustship on the process.
Yeah.
They will say, well, you know what, I'm not gonna do it anymore because it's going nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, thank you all. And under new business, we have here buses going to, I think, excuse me, the buses going to the, for the zoning, for the hearings. I think Donald called you today about that.
Yes.
Is that November 3rd?
I just sent a signed proposal back, so you're good to go, Omar.
Oh, you should have, I got
Yeah,
it here
no,
for you.
It's
Okay,
one,
Right before this meeting.
what is it, one bus for 24?
All right, so for the committee,
Yes.
We're gonna be running two buses,
That's it. Okay.
one to the hearing this Thursday and another to the county commission meeting downtown, which is gonna be on the 28th. They both leave 8:30 AM sharp from the clubhouse. So, and we got plenty of room on this bus. Well, how many seats in that bus, Omar?
You told me 25, I'm gonna give you 38.
So we got plenty of room. I only have about
38?
22 right now. So anybody, if you know anybody who wants to go, if you want to go yourself, believe me, there's room. Just send me an email. I'll get you on the list.
So the only one that is confirmed is the one for the 3rd,
Yeah,
next day
yeah.
after tomorrow,
And we're gonna need another proposal for the 28th.
November 28th. It's same place?
No, that
No,
one's
that's
going
downtown.
downtown. That's going
And
to,
we're gonna take care of
I
this.
sent you the
Okay.
address.
Okay.
So do you know what time the service
This
is?
is going.
See, that's, that one, we don't know. I can't imagine it would go past 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And we're only gonna stay until our agenda item is disposed of. Once they're on to the next thing, we're going back to the bus. We're not staying for the whole show.
The contract is a minimum of 5 hours.
Yeah.
So it's basically from 9 to what, to 2 o'clock? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock.
Right.
So, and if you
You
go,
quoted me $822.
I know the prices are going sky high. It's
But
like-
it is what it is.
But if you need to pass that time, just let me know. That I can work it out.
I cannot imagine.
It's
Yeah.
it's on your list sheet of the agenda, and anyone who needs
Yeah.
it, fine. And I'll give you a copy of this. Okay, so can we move on, general discussion? I think we had enough of that, but I think, yes,
Just a question to clear it up.
go ahead.
We've gone through that there's gonna be a comment form. Who gets it? Is that the responsibility of Academy to address the problem to their employee? Because they said you're gonna get a copy too. I
Yeah,
don't,
but wait a minute, you didn't hear what he said. Every time I get a complaint, they got a copy. So when I get the complaints, I will scan it to them, email it or whatever, and they'll get it.
so it's their responsibility.
Yeah, but it has to come to me. Someone has to collect the forms. I'm chair. And
I
then I'll
just-
pass it on to
I just
Omar.
want to make that clear.
Okay, I think it was pretty clear. Any other comments, people?
Yes, I
Yes, Bobby.
I would suggest that perhaps, Ruth, if there's room in the next report,
There's always room if it's important.
that form might be reproduced. The
Say that again,
the
Adi.
form that the comment sheet,
Yes,
reproduce it and say, please note, if you have a comment or a suggestion, here is the form that is now on the
if
buses.
someone sends me that form,
Okay.
I
must
will
be-
have it printed.
I
What's the
think I-
form?
Yeah,
We'll make a copy of it.
Okay, guys, anything else? I'd like to move on. It's very hot in here. Yes, Phyllis.
I'm gonna make another suggestion. You're not gonna like it, but I'm.
Okay, just get to the point. Go ahead.
Okay. People are eating and drinking on the bus. It is annoying to other people. You have to put a sign on the front of the bus, no eating or drinking on the bus.
That's,
That's a driver.
Very, very important.
well, you can't see everybody.
Do you want me to make a motion about that?
No, you're telling him, no, it's telling, Omar's writing it down. No, enough with the emotions. We have five already.
Hold on. I'm gonna double check. Some of the buses come from the factory with sign on already.
Okay,
I
thanks.
can check. And we can make more signs and put them on a more visible
Yeah,
place, maybe on the door. Not, it would says no food or drinks allowed.
right, right, like everywhere else. Good, that's acceptable. All right, let's go on to good and welfare.
That was it.
That's it, finished. Anything else before I adjourn? It's very hot in here.
Oh, I do have one more thing.
Uh-huh,
I managed to speak to Ms. Franceschi, so I'm working with her.
on what?
So it may happen that we get a place where we can actually get a cabinet, that we can put some files, paperwork that the driver is using on every day,
Oh.
accident reports that we are supposed to have on site. We may be able to have at least maybe a printer or a computer for us to run schedules, to track the buses. I have a little bit more of control of the situation, and this place also will be based on Ms. Franceschi's suggestion. It will be also a place where the residents can go walk in and have a conversation with the supervisor on site, if it is necessary.
Okay,
So once I find a decision about that, we are going through some legal procedures. Once I get it done, I will let you know, guys, what it is and how we're gonna do it, and then from that point on, you will have an additional place that you can go and get in touch to my supervisors on site.
Thank you.
thank you.
Send it
Send it
to the paper.
to? We'll go.
All right, give it to.
I still have that problem that wasn't
Give it
fixed.
to
It's only a month. Okay, anything else before I adjourn?
adjourn.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
I think you have an item on here called the old buses.
I don't have an item on here for buses. Where do you see that?
No, it says old business.
Oh, business, where do you see
Oh,
that?
that's old, okay.
And
so-
send the
Old
paperwork to
buses
Don.
are on.
Okay.
Oh, no, there's nothing on there. Okay, meeting's adjourned. Thank you
Thank you,
for coming.
everyone.
Thank you.
I think all the information is there, just as long as I know what's done and the, the paperwork goes to Don.